Welcome back, welcome back. We are on lesson 6. We're talking about converting measurements. Your objective is here. Let's go ahead and get started with the fun fact of the day. And the fun fact of the day is that Q is the only letter in the alphabet that doesn't appear in any name of a United States. So Nebraska doesn't have a Q, Iowa doesn't have a Q, the Carolinas don't have a Q, North and South. Okay, none of the states have a Q in their name. Kind of a fun little fact there. Alright, and we are on to example 1. It says, Reggie took 36 big steps to walk the length of the hallway. If each big step was about 1 yard, then the hallway was about how many feet long? Okay, well we know that each step, so one step, was 1 yard. And he took 36 total steps. Okay? Well, if each one of those 36 steps is 1 yard, then I'm going to take 36 times 1, and that's going to tell me that he went 36 yards. Okay? But here's the problem. He went 36 yards, but it says how many feet long was the hallway. So I need to take my yards right here and convert them into feet. And here's how I do conversions. I take my measurement I know and I put it over 1. So I know I'm converting 36 yards. And I'm going to use what's called a unit multiplier. Okay? The first thing I do is decide, what am I converting? Well, I know I am converting from yards to feet. So here's how I do that. Okay? From yards to feet. I need to be able to end with a label of feet. So you see how my yards is on the top up here? I want to cancel it out. And you know how we cancel out when we cross-cancel fractions? We cross-cancel the numbers. We do the same thing with labels. So if I want to cancel yards out, my yards goes on the bottom. Because again, one's on top, one's on bottom. I could cancel those out because they're the same thing. Okay? So if I'm converting from yards to feet, then my label of feet has to go up here. So again, 36 yards is how many feet? Well, what I have to put in here is my conversion factor. Okay, I need to know how do feet and yards go together. You can use it from your knowledge. You can look it up in your book. You could go to Google and type in how many feet are in a yard, or how many yards are in a feet, or what's the conversion. Okay, but I know that 3 feet is 1 yard. So now I'm just going to go ahead and multiply this like a fraction. See, the labels are the same on top and bottom, so they cross cancel. So I'm going to take 36 times 3, that's 108, and the label that's on top, that's left, is feet. And I'm going to put that over, and I'm going to multiply the bottoms. Well, 1 times 1 is just 1. Okay? And this label is canceled out. So all I have to do is simplify it. It's 108 over 1, that's just 108. Okay? 108 feet. Now in this problem, it's not really necessary to multiply the 1 times 1 because it's just 1 on the bottom, but I just wanted to show you what you would do. If this was a 2 down here, you'd take 1 times 2 and get 2, and then you would simplify 108 divided by 2. Alright, example 2 says the 5,000 meter run is an Olympic event. How many kilometers is 5,000 meters? Well, here's the measurement we were given, 5,000 meters. So I put it over 1. And again, whenever we're converting, see here we're converting from meters, from 5,000 meters to kilometers. So I'm going to use a unit multiplier to do that. Okay? And again, if we want to cancel out our meters, since meters is on top here, it's got to be on bottom over here. And I'm converting from meters to kilometers, so I'm going to put kilometers on the top. Now again, I need my conversion rate. Well, my conversion, again, you either know it or you don't know it. And if you don't know it, then you look it up. Okay, you look it up in your book or look it up on Google or something. Well, I know that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Okay? Well, I know my meter labels are going to cancel out because one's on top and one's on bottom. Okay, I can multiply across the tops, or I can cross cancel. I'm going to go multiply across the tops. So 5,000 times 1 is 5,000. And on top I got a label of kilometers still. See, 5,000 times 1 and then kilometers. We put that over, then on the bottom I've got 1 times 1,000, and there's no label left, so 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. Now this is not simplified, so I cross out zeros, and 5 divided by 1 is just 5, so that's 5 kilometers. 5,000 divided by 1 is 5. Alright, let's keep on moving on. Okay, this is our last example here. James weighed 8 pounds 10 ounces at birth. How many ounces did James weigh? Okay, well again, I know he weighs 8 pounds. This is the abbreviation for pounds. And then 10 ounces. Okay, and I want to know how many ounces did James weigh. Well, if I look at here, this is already in ounces. Okay, so all I need to do is convert the 8 pounds into ounces. So I'm going to put my 8 pounds over 1, and I'm converting that. And then again, when we convert, we need a unit multiplier. And I need to convert from pounds to ounces. So this is the abbreviation for ounces. And I got to convert from pounds. So I need to know, how do pounds and ounces go together? Well, there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. Okay, so again, I'm going to multiply. Well, I know labels cancel. And then 8 times 16, well, 8 times 6 is 48. And if I carry the 4, 8 times 1 plus 4 is 128. And then we've got ounces. And on the bottom, 1 times 1 is just 1. So we just have 128 ounces. Okay? Well, I can't forget about these 10 ounces. 8 pounds is 128 ounces, but then there's 10 more ounces. So I've got to add in the other 10 ounces. So that gives me 138 total ounces, is what James weighed at birth. And that is the end of your lesson. So if there's any questions, make sure you ask. Otherwise, happy homeworking.